this big wall between signed and unsigned artists, and how that wall kept people on one side and made it really difficult for any new music to be heard. Yet there's like such an incredible pool of talent in the indie area, right?
Yeah.
So you wanted to be able to have a platform where this music could be showcased and where indie artists could network, and it just grew exponentially. I think this was the 9th award ceremony that they've had, and we put our music up on the indie music channel this year for the first, actually last year. They gave us an award last year from their Hall of Fame for charting number 4th for Sonic Boom on the iTunes rock charts, because it's almost unheard of that an indie artist, an unsigned artist, gets to chart on a mainstream chart. So they had given us an award for that, which we were super grateful for and quite shocked about. And then we got nominated for a slew of awards this year for the Sonic Boom album. And we thought that was just amazing. We're going down to LA. What a great reason to go to LA. So it's open to the indie music channel is open to all indie musicians of any quality. And basically it's a curated site, and it's a community, and there's message boards, and just a huge amount of artists are on there. All the artists that I know are on there, certainly. All of the ones that are there are so accomplished. It was incredible. There was a guy who took a rock band to the Eastern Bloc with a choir and a symphony orchestra and created an epic album along the Game of Thrones kind of line. It was incredible. Like, nobody does that. Mm-hmm. And he did this himself. So he basically cleaned up all those awards. And, you know, there's a country artist who's just amazing, Taylor Dye, who's living in Nashville now. There's a couple of Christian rappers that I met. I didn't even know you did Christian rap. And I'm telling you, I have a huge respect for them. They're staying away from all of the crazy, you know, misogynistic nasties of the current rap music. And, you know, they're talking about, well, they've gone back to the roots of rap, which was poetry, slam poetry, you know. That's where it started, and that's where they are now. And it was really nice to see that. And then other artists, there was classical artists, operatic artists.
Good local pop rock band, Nature
goodness.
Robot.
Yeah, Robot Nature from LA. They were amazing. Yeah. They performed. Just crazy. There's so much incredible talent. We were blown away.
Yeah, I was getting, you know, this look at the show or the website for that. Now, is that just strictly online? Is that something also on Ruco or anything like that? The independent.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think it's a network. It's a web-based network.
Right.
You know, through their website. But it's just the place where people connect.
Yeah, and it's really great because now what's happening, you know, what I'm trying to make my show is sound good in a quality, and now with technology, some friends locally now are doing some videos too, away from the Facebook kind of live, which is great to see things and connect, but now you can really deliver your own content, bypass a lot of channels, which you've been doing on Facebook or on YouTube, should I say, and now it's getting to the next level. It
is, and I think, and this is Christopher was saying too. Christopher Ewing, the founder of Indie Music Channel, we went to the Artist Summit the first day of the weekend, and he was saying, you know, what happens when Facebook dies? What happens when Facebook goes the way of MySpace? What happens when YouTube changes? What happens when you have to start paying to put your videos up on YouTube? What happens when things like change? Your website has to be the hub of your life. It has to be the hub of your world. You want to be a Facebook yourself. You want people to come and interact with you on your website. So everything you do in social media, everything you do out there should drive people to your website where they can see everything all in one place. So, you know, we don't spend a lot of time really on our website. I mean, it's okay, but it certainly could be a lot better. And I think that sort of changed my mindset. If I took away anything from that particular part of the weekend, it was make sure that, you know, everything's up to date and that you're not relying on social media to create fans, because social media followers aren't fans. They are followers. You don't know who they are. You don't have their email address.
Yes.
You don't know. You can't talk to them very much. And we've connected better with people through Facebook. We've got some, super fans who follow everything we do, and we connect with them on Facebook and we message them, and eventually we have their email, their text, and they send us messages and we send them back. And that's really creation.
Try to connect as much as you can wherever you can.
Yeah, you really want to connect with the people that like your music.
Just responding to Instagram comments or any comments on Facebook. If you try to stay current and up to date with them, and just making that connection, you're going to establish that relationship and want them to come back and get more.
And if you can, you can drive them to your site and have the comments and everything coming from that entity, because you are kind of right. All them other social entities are them in itself, and then they know you.
Well, we're actually just supporting Instagram by spending all that time there. We are creating a fan base for Instagram. We're creating a fan base for Facebook. We need to create our own fan base for ourselves and use these other things as tools to drive people to our content, which should be hubbed at our website.
Well, you are hitting the essence of the new media that we are today. People say about my show, some people talk about the music I play. Those are provided to me by the promoters and all the musicians. It is totally illegal to play anybody else without their permission. I have big artists, but that's given to me on that end. But that's the opportunity of this forum. And then I got on the iHeartRadio part. I've always said this is just a platform. It's a creation. Yeah. You can take this now with quality and broadcast it out, bypass the towers, the trucks, the radios, whatever, or you can all join in as a community. It's another entity, should I say.
Yeah, you could just have everything hubbed out of your own website, and then you just use social media to announce it to the people who follow you and see who wants to come watch it.
Right.
And you don't have to use all those other apps, although they're a great place to start. So you figure out what you want to do, whether you're a radio host or whether you're a musician or a business person. You kind of need to put your tentacles into all of those social media platforms because there are places to find people who are looking for you, But in the end, you need to be able to bring them to somewhere where your super fan says, yeah, I hang out on the website. I don't just follow them on Instagram. I'm on a newsletter list. I'm a fan.
Well, yeah, it's like a brand recognition, which is, just think how many brands that we know now, which we never knew a year or 2 years ago. So that's kind of what I'm trying to say is a lot of this, even the podcast, Jackie and I, we've talked about what people are doing and what you can't be doing out there. It's a kind of a loophole, should I say, because all artists should be given money for playtime, for sure, unless it's a promotional type of situation. But that's not happening all the way out there all the time for people.
No, and I also think from our end, we'd rather, have people listen to our music, get to know us. I'm not going to make them pay to get to know us. If they like us and they feel like they want to buy some music, great. If they want to buy a T-shirt, great. If they want to buy a ticket to a concert, great. But I've always told people, if you can't afford to buy our music or download it, send me an email and I'll send you a CD. I want you to hear the music regardless.
Yeah, and that is what you end up in L.A. Now, if you didn't have that mindset since the beginning of just keep the coins to your, that type of who's going to then you just stay there. But
I think so too.
You've been sharing since the get-go.
So many stories. Yeah, I heard so many stories you're out and about and you're listening to people and people are following the money. I go where the money is. Well, good for you. Have fun doing that. I'm going to go where people like to hear my music. Thank you. That's much better for me. And if, you can get paid along the way to do a show or sell a couple T-shirts or an album, it's all a bonus and it keeps the machine running along. But in the end, it's like you have to give. You have to give. It's all about giving, and the universe will turn around and throw something back at you.
Well, and you are also part of your community, or should I say MTS Records, and Michael Stoffer is leading exactly what I'm trying to get at, because you are played on 400 some stations all over the place. He has your whole catalog and I'm watching it from afar, and I'm just blessed to be part of the network of playing the music from MTS. But that's what he's taking you guys to.
Oh, Michael's a genius.
He's awesome.
Michael's a genius. There's nothing that is available to musicians that he hasn't found. He's like the guru of sussing out things that are available for us to be part of, to showcase our music, or to network with other artists, or opportunities, or awards, or festivals, or like the guys.
Michael Stoffer has put us places that we would never be.
No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't have gone down to Nashville or Tennessee last year. We wouldn't have gone
to that extent
to LA.
People like Michael Stoffer, and he's just great at what he does.
Yeah, I'll promote Michael everywhere I go.
That's what happened to me. Like 2 years ago, I started playing my music again locally with my friends, and so my buddy in Lake Tahoe told me to start playing his stuff. Michael heard that, connected with me, and then he gave me the opportunity to interview yourself and like 11 artists in like a 2-week period. And it was a challenge for me. I'm teaching all day, and on that end, just to make it work, blog talk, I had static going. It was like, oh my God, you must be kidding me. I had a lot of issues on the tech side. And, Richard Lynch, Ed Roman, Cherish Lee, all the way down, Matt West and you guys, Margie Singh, everybody. And that opportunity with no hands, just here, help my friends. And he's done that with me and so many other independent broadcasters. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at.
We hooked up with we've hooked up with a lot of really cool people like yourself who have great shows and who love music, and we can talk to them about music. It's been amazing.
Yeah, so that's kind of, again, that's all the whole entity I thought when I saw you guys in LA or, hanging out for the awards, and that's how they come to be. It's all part of the independent tree that you're on now. Again, 3 years ago where you were, and now that brand entity across the board is now, we're keep going, Jackie and Andy. It's just beautiful.
We get tired sometimes, but we just have a sleep and off we go the next day.
I love it. Yeah. Tell us what's coming up in the future, your shows coming up, because what I'm going to end up doing here, I'm going to take this entity, I'm going to take the broadcast or our interview, and then I'm going to put it on my other software I got, and then I'm going to rock all your tunes for everybody.
Yeah.
And then I'll really light it up, bring the across the board sounding really hot. It doesn't sound, of course, bad on this end, but that's my end. I want to make it all sound the best for my show, is what I'm trying to do on my end here.
Well, we've got a busy summer. We have a busy summer coming up. We've got a tour coming up. We're going to be on tour again with Jessica Speciale, who you should really interview at some point. She's a local rocker who is part of our world, and she's awesome. And then we're going to be writing again. So we've got a writing workshop coming up in a couple weeks. We're taking everybody out to the cottage, and we're just going to hunker down and write our next album already. So our next album is tentatively titled Love Potion. So we're going to try our hand at some soul rock songs about love. We'll see. I was looking back at some of the stuff that I've written, and most of it's sort of dark or strife-worthy or kind of struggly, or, like, I need a happy song, guys. We need some love songs. Knowing me, I'll write about all the bad parts about love.
Meeting the wolf and the howling wolf at the last one that you had in the woods, Little Red Riding Hood, I don't know, something like that.
Hey, that's the theme of our upcoming Wild Ones video. Red Riding Hood in the bushes in the forest.
Oh my God! See, there it goes. I love it. And
you just got an inside scoop.
And I need to mention something about your band. Your guitar, your guitarist. You have that ching, that riff that is unique to your band. I don't know if anybody ever told you that.
Really? That's Ben Healy.
Ben Healy, yeah. Ben Healy's something else.
He's good. He's done guitars on the last two albums, on Sonic Boom and on Wild Ones, and he's our lead guitarist. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, however he's got it tuned in. Again, I love to be just kind of the fan, not the more the novice of the sound, but it's got to